Me and Barry talk a lot about taking the shots that we want to take, never letting the defense dictate what we do out there, and just playing, using our length, using our size to get shots off.
So, 18 seasons into his NBA career, and defenses still don't have an answer for Kevin Durant. He's still making plays like this here.
For the last couple of years.
Durant on the move. Oh, big finish! Kevin Durant attacks the hoop.
And if he's not throwing it down with power, he'll shake defenders with that handle, and this is pure money.
Durant on top. Durant pulling back, shooting for the tie. He gets it. Kevin Durant.
This destruction of defenders is not because he's faster than everyone else, not because he's more explosive, and certainly not because he overwhelms teams with constant movement or flashy dribbling. Kevin Durant is still unguardable because he knows exactly where he wants to score, and once he gets there, well, the defense can't really do anything about it. At 36 years old, Durant is still averaging over 25 points per game, shooting nearly 50% from the mid-range, 43% from three-point range, and his efficiency overall hasn't faded one bit. It's quite crazy that with all of this, we haven't seen a change in his shot diet or the way he can put up buckets on the other team with such ease. And this is all because KD's game has been built for longevity. It's not all dependent on him being highly athletic. It's all about precision. And when you watch Kevin Durant closely, possession by possession, you realize something very important. He doesn't hunt shots, he hunts space. For a lot of players in the league, they tend to think about what they're going to do once they get the ball, but Kevin Durant's scoring starts long before the ball even reaches his hands. Such as when defenders guard him up high to take away a screen action to receive the ball, Durant already sees his opening on the floor, which is right in the heart of the defense. So instead of trying to fight to get open off the screen, he simply face cuts Murray into the paint, and even though Levine slides over for the help, it doesn't faze KD at all. This movement into space without the ball benefits his game a lot because when defenders make the mistake of being locked onto the ball like we see Rui here, Durant, as we can see, is calling for it at the three-point line. And although Rui takes a step in his direction, his back is turned to Durant, which allows KD to shoot right past him backdoor into this open space. And instead of crashing inside with Aiden to try and get a bucket at the rim, which would be highly difficult, this is where that shooting ability comes in handy with a fade right over the top. When you can read the floor like this, it helps Durant track help defenders, see how his defender is guarding him as far as positioning goes, and at the exact right time, he initiates his move. For example, Durant is telling Easton to pass it over to Steven Adams. Now why is that? Well, with Adams being far away from the basket, this pulls OKC's big man out the paint, and if you look more towards the right side of the screen, Chet is already out the paint as well. So now when Adams receives the ball, KD already knows the defense will be thinking the handoff is coming, and this is where he gets you. Lou Dort wants to take this away or get a steal, so he comes up high to deny. But wham! KD slices backdoor into space, and at this moment, you can choose as a player to go all the way to the basket, but with Chet sliding over to help, this is why you must have different ways to score. And as we all know, that mid-range pull-up is KD's bread and butter. Things like this are so simple, but it changes the game in a drastic way, as it makes defenders have to always be aware of where KD is at on the floor, and it also makes the defense shift massively when he starts to move. On this fake handoff action, if Sengun was a solid three-point shooter or even stepped down slightly more, KD could send it back to him for the shot. Then if you look at the weak side help, Walter Clayton Jr. is stepping over, which forces Markkanen to guard both Houston players, and if you look closely, he's getting back screened. So KD could send it along the baseline to Jabari Smith for a three. This here shows you all the options that become available when you move without the ball, and for the last thing, it makes your scoring much easier as now KD can go drop it in. All of this here plays into how KD hunts space out instead of chasing shots, which in turn makes his game look simplistic and like he doesn't even have to try and score when he's on the floor. As if you pull it back and look at the times where he's not really moving as heavy on the court, he'll use the sinking of the defense that his teammates create by attacking the basket to then knock down shots time and time again. A main factor of this downhill pressure on this team will be Amin Thompson, who makes the Blazers commit 3 defenders to him before sending it out to KD for that butterball. But then if it's in a more passive way, defenses will softly help on Sengun, which is crazy when you have KD on the strong side with him, and this is what it leads to.
Down to Durant in rhythm, the three for the lead.
Yeah, helping off on KD isn't really the smartest option, and trust and believe, if you aren't right in his grill by the time he rises up, well best believe this shot is gonna drop. This is why his off-ball scoring ages so well. It doesn't rely on speed to get to the rim, it all relies on awareness, and as he ages, he's able to read the floor better and better. Now as he gets into the groove without the ball in his hands initially, this will jumpstart his game, so once he does have to create for himself, things just come to him much easier. Now hold on 1 second, I need y'all all to listen to me. Now the reason I'm saying that is because I finally found what they didn't want us to see, and it's called Polymarket. Let me get on my phone so we can go through it together. This is Polymarket. It's legal in all 50 states, and instead of betting against the house, you're trading a live market. The 76ers are at 76% to beat the Pacers. Now right now, I believe in Philly, and I think they're gonna win this game over them, so I took the trade, and now we just wait. If I wanted to cash out right now, I could. I'm talking about instantly. No lockout, none of those cash out unavailable prompts. And if at any point I feel like this trade isn't going my way, I don't have to sit there and pray into the final buzzer. I can go ahead and just cash out immediately and cut my losses. I believe in the Sixers, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it ride. And guess what? They ended up winning, so it's time for me to go ahead and cash out. Now compare all of that to the other sports books. They make you place and lock in a bet, but over here, we just got trades that we can go in and out of. $10 free is waiting on you. Just go ahead and download the app and use my code. And the fees, man, the sports books take about $9 on every $100 win. But Polymarket, they charge 1 cent. Now look, $10 free is waiting on you. Just go ahead and download the app and use my code. You don't need a card, no deposit, it's real easy. Once again, you can unlock that $10 through my link below. Stop letting these sports books steal your money and come over here and join the revolution. Unlike other guys in the league, Kevin Durant doesn't waste any motion. He's not over dribbling, and he doesn't need unnecessary setups to get into his shot. His bag, well, it's quite simple. 1 dribble into a pull-up, 2 dribbles for an elbow stop and pop, and if the defender gets close enough, he'll rip through to them pull-up before they can even react. When you have such an elite skill set when it comes to shot variety, you don't need 10 different moves to break down defenders. It's as simple as getting to your spot, locking in on that rim, and letting it fly. This is a key reason why KD remains as one of the top mid-range shooters in the league, and if we're being honest, one of the most pure scorers the NBA has ever seen. With a 3-point shot that can burn defenses down, you'll see defenders get on that trampoline to try and stop them, but here comes that pump fake into a 1 dribble pull-up, and this time if they don't jump but close out aggressively, KD will take what the defense gives him by pushing left towards the elbow area, and just because Kuzma slides over and Giannis is hunting him down doesn't mean the play is over. This is where a simple yet effective pump fake gets both of them in the air, and now look how wide open he is. I'm telling you, simplicity is truly the name of the game, as it doesn't take a lot of your energy, it doesn't mess up the flow of the offense, and when you master it, it makes you one of the most unguardable players on the floor at any given time. For defenders, they'll be forced to react to all of his moves because he can score from anywhere at any time, but for Durant, well, he's never guessing, he always knows the end goal. But there's something I can't let you get mistaken. None of this means KD can't get into his bag to break defenders. Because Durant, he can get flashy when he wants to, but the key is that it's never just random moves. Every crossover, every hesitation, and every spin has a destination attached to it. When he uses a crossover, it's to freeze the defender just long enough to rise up. When he spins, it's to avoid help defenders or gaps that get closed up so he can flow right into a jumper. And when he serves that hezzy, it's to force the defender to relax slightly, allowing KD to pull up with some rhythm. When watching Durant, you'll quickly see that his moves never look sped up and that he's never out of place when doing them. He already knows that it'll get him to his desired area on the floor and that it's all about him knocking it down at that point. Oh, and that statement right there leads to something important. Defenders literally can't knock Durant off his focus. They can jump, reach, or even send multiple defenders and say, "Hey!" But none of that matters, as KD either sees right through them or for the most part, he sees right over them when he's pulling up. When you're near 7 feet tall and release the ball at a high peak, this makes it quite impossible for guys to bother the shot unless your name is Victor Wembanyama. If you switch a smaller defender onto him, he shoots right over the top. Switch a bigger defender on him, well, Durant pulls up before they can even set their feet. And if you send help, it doesn't matter, he's gonna splash it right over the top for straight cash. This is why he continues to be one of the most elite shooters to touch a basketball, because for most players, defense is a solution to stop them, but for KD, it's just a suggestion. The longevity for Kevin Durant is truly one of one. We constantly see media analysts say this guy or that guy is the new Kevin Durant, but we have yet to see it, nor will we in a long time. Nothing about his game is rushed, nothing is forced, and no defender can make him take shots that he truly doesn't want to. So when we talk about Kevin Durant, he isn't still unguardable because he evolved into something new. He's still unguardable because he perfected what already worked. And 18 seasons later, defenses are still chasing an answer that doesn't exist. If you want to see more KD and Houston Rockets content, comment mastery down below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload.